Hello, people. Welcome to this week outlook. Today, I'm going to look out for next week movements. We're going to check through our currency pairs, that is, our major pairs, to see what and what we should be anticipating in the next coming week. So, I hope you guys trading is going well, cause mine, I haven't been taking a lot of trades lately because I really miss a lot of trades. I don't know why, maybe because of my busy schedules. I don't know. But I just noticed I have been missing a lot of trades lately. So let's get into our chart and see what and what we should be looking out for or anticipating in this coming week. Now we're going to start with GBPUSD as usual. Let's start with our weekly time frame. And first of all, we are going to clear all our chart. Last week I told you guys that we are going to be anticipating more longs on XSX USD pairs, that is GBPUSD, EURUSD, NZDUSD, and others. Um, exactly, we saw that happen before the week closed. Before at first, I think we saw a little bit of retracement before a push up to the upside. um and for the USD XXS pairs like USDCAD, USDCHF, USDJPY. I really didn't analyze USDJPY though, but USDCAD, USDCHF, all of them went to the downside, right? All of them went to the downside as well. So now let me just clear the chart and start with GBPUSD. On GBPUSD, we can see that on our weekly time frame, we are still very much bearish on this pair. As you all know, GBPUSD has been selling throughout the year. And now on our weekly time frame, we can see that GBPUSD is quite bearish. Um, this week rejection was the only reason I was anticipating a little bit, maybe a push to the upside from the weekly time frame perspective. Let's go down, going down to our day. Let me just mark this place to show you that, okay, we are at somehow a key zone here because this is an OB here from weekly time frame, and here GBPUSD is already getting to that OB. Getting here, we might see maybe a little bit of push to this side, coming back to this OB here that was created here on the weekly, and maybe before we see a continuation to the upside. And as you can see here, GBPUSD is really bullish last week. I think even the week before last week, GBPUSD was also quite bullish. So, and for next week, I will be anticipating more buys on GBPUSD, maybe a little retracement before the buy continuation happen. So going down to our lead time frame, you can also see that here was the last low that was formed on GBPUSD. Then we started making some kind of push to the upside, showing that okay, the daily is signifying bullishness. Also you can see that immediately GBPUSD start clearing here, I was already having a change of mind. Okay, we might start seeing more buys from the higher time frame perspective on GBPUSD. As you can see, had not cleared the major low that would cause it to start changing to the downside. And right now, as far as I am concerned, GBPUSD is still quite bullish from the daily time frame perspective. Here you can see that GBPUSD also cleared here, signifying more bullishness on this pair. And now I might be anticipating GBPUSD to pull back to this OB here before we see another leg ups on this pair. Right now, GBPUSD is very much bullish, and maybe a pullback to this zone. Then before we now look for a confirmation. Let's check the 4 hour to see what really happened here. On our 4 hour time frame perspective, you can see that okay, I think the week was around here and it started here. at first it was not really clear on the 4-hour time frame, but as the week proceeds, 4 hours shows that okay, this I'm also bullish as well. You know, last week I was talking about like I'm still bullish on our daily, but 4 hour is still signifying some kind of bearishness. And before one take a trade, the time frame should align with the bias. That is, if daily is bullish, then 4 hours should also be bullish before trying to get in that either a long trade or a short trade, anyone you want to take. So as you can see, GBPUSD is now bullish on the 4-hour time frame. As you all know, at first I think it was somehow tricky at first because it was making some kind of fake structure, which this is not really clear. But immediately I saw this, I know okay, our 4 hour is now officially bullish. Now we should anticipate a push to around this zone here for maybe long continuation on GBPUSD from our 4-hour time frame perspective. Let me mark this with a box for it to be more clearer to some people. So as you can see here, a push to this box here, then maybe a continuation to the upside. And that is that on GBPUSD. On our daily, we are bullish. On our 4-hour, we are bullish. On our weekly, it's signifying some bullish trend, but getting to a key level that one should take note of. But still, I will be on the bullish side on GBPUSD. So now let's head to our EURUSD. On our EURUSD, we can also see this one was also quite bullish on last week market. Now let's go to our weekly time frame and clear our charts for new analysis on this pair. So as you can see here on EURUSD, EURUSD has been quite bearish for a long period of time as well from the weekly time frame perspective. But here you see EURUSD start changing structure to the upside from our weekly time frame perspective. Now EURUSD is now officially bullish from our weekly time frame. You know, GBPUSD was still not that clear on the weekly, but now you can see that EURUSD is officially bullish from our weekly time frame perspective. And now, as far as I'm concerned, EURUSD has been respecting the inner OBs before it officially turned bullish, because here is an OB here on this pair, because here is a push, a pushback, a push. This will be a break of structure maybe from the daily, then a push to this OB here, and now a massive push to the upside, and it now made a break of structure at this zone here. And now you can see that EURUSD officially turned bullish here. And now going to our daily time frame, you can see that EURUSD here is an important low here. Then EURUSD makes some kind of push to the upside, which started breaking structure around here. And then after that, we saw some kind of push back to around here, around these zones here, which made another break of structure to the upside. And now I'm anticipating more push to the upside on this pair, EURUSD. Going down to our 4-hour time frame, you can also see that Euro USD is also quite bullish. I think the week started from around here, and the week started around here. Then Euro USD was officially bullish around here on the 4-hour time frame. You know, most time when the 4-hour time frame hasn't changed to the flow of the higher time frames, one need to sit back and be patient to allow the 4-hour to change before entering, because some traders, I don't know how they do it, but I don't know, they claim they can cash the bottom. But me, I rather let the market shows me that it wants to really go to that direction before me trying to like enter a trade on that particular market. As you can see that USD officially was bullish from around here, and here was the key zone. Immediately start making that structure change, and here I can name this as our sell side liquidity. I really didn't name a lot of so that is our sell side liquidity, and I think this was a higher time frame break of structure, and it was a relative equal high, at least a double top at first, then before it now officially clears here. After it forms its double top, it comes to clear this low here. So it was like kind of a push, forming a liquidity here as a double top. It came to clear this low here, the last low, for more like grabbing sell stops here. People sell stop here, people that are long already long from here, putting their stop loss here, are all cleared before the official move happened to the upside. And now presently I'm bullish on Euro USD. We are going to anticipating some kind of pullback, then a continuation to the upside on this pair. Now let's head to our AUDUSD. On our AUDUSD, let's start from our weekly time frame. On our weekly time frame, you can quite see that AUDUSD is still much bearish on this time frame view, but we can see some bullish push already happening on this pair. And right now, I'll be very skeptical with this kind of push. And overall, we are stable and bearish on this pair. And right now, here is a low we should be watching as our last low, which is our sell side. Then going to our daily time frame, you can also see that AUDUSD made some kind of a push consolidation here. The came to this OB, a push to the upside came to this OB, an impulsive move to the upside, and now another corrective move, which is from form of a retracement. Now another impulsive leg to the upside, which made another change in structure on this pair from our daily time frame. Now I'm watching here to be made on this pair. We can see AUDUSD start retracing to this zone here. One should be already anticipating for long from there. So all these, I will mark them as an OB here from the 4-hour time frame. For it, it's like a zone for one to start looking for long opportunities on this pair. So right now on AUDUSD, I'm also bullish on this pair based on price action and what I'm seeing presently. And let's go to our next pair. Our next pair is NZDUSD. Let me clear the chart and make a fresh analysis. On NZDUSD, from our weekly time frame perspective, you can see that NZDUSD is making some kind of nice push to the upside recently. Is it a retracement or what? Because based on price action, our weekly time frame is still signifying bearishness presently. And here is the next low we should be anticipating to be cleared if it starts coming down again. But right now we are seeing some kind of bullish push to the upside, and here is some kind of OB here. Here is an OB here from our weekly time frame perspective. If it comes and react to this zone here, we should anticipate more downside. Going to our daily time frame, you can see that NZDUSD have some bullish momentum lately on our daily time frame perspective. As you can see here, there was some kind of OB that was here, then a push to the upside, a retracement to this OB, another legs up to the upside. Now we are still heading to the upside based on this present price action. As you can see, there are OBs that are being respected on NZDUSD. This chart is so clean, like presently this chart is looking very juicy. The major break of structure that happened around here, while still respecting the OBs that was happening on the inner structure breaks. And as you can still see, NZDUSD keeps respecting the OBs perfectly. I think I missed this trade last week, but it didn't quite show an entry on the 4-hour time frame, so it was not that really a missed trade per se, but it was still some kind of a missed trade based on daily price action. But 4-hour didn't really give me that entry signal. As you can see, here is an OB. Here is our last OB here, and we'll be anticipating some kind of maybe a bearish push to around this zone here, and maybe a continuation to the upside based on our daily time frame perspective, maybe to this higher time frame OB. Now going to our 4-hour time frame, you can also see that NZDUSD is bullish. This pair is officially bullish. If you are trying to catch some kind of bearish move right now, man, that is so dangerous. But you know, in this market, anything can happen. But presently, I personally will be looking for some kind of bullish move to the upside based on the present price action. So right now, as far as I'm concerned, I will be anticipating a push to around this zone here, this massive bearish candles here, maybe for a legs up to clear another buy side liquidity on this NZDUSD. So we should be calm and wait for what the market really wants to do. Presently, I'm waiting for some kind of push, a retracement, then a push to this upside, clearing all here, the buy side liquidity, here, buy side liquidity, and others. So right now, let's head to our next pair, which is USDCAD. You know, last week on USDCAD, I told you guys that I will be anticipating more bearish push to the downside on this pair. And fortunately, USDCAD did exactly what I was expecting, because I was bearish on the USD, bullish on XXX USD pairs. So if I'm bearish on the USD, that means USD on the longer term, like USD should at least come to the downside a bit before maybe anything else happen in the market, because the market is very dynamic. Checking our weekly time frame, you can see that USDCAD. I said USDCAD. I'm anticipating USDCAD to reach around here before we start analyzing what next should happen from around here. So let me clear the chart and make fresh analysis on this pair. So on USDCAD, you can quite see that overall on this pair we are bullish. From the weekly time frame perspective, we are bullish, and right now this might be some kind of pullback from the weekly time frame. Anything can also happen. It might also be some kind of reversal, but right now I'm seeing some kind of pullback on the weekly time frame coming to this OB here. You can see that the weekly was officially bullish from around here. Then it was respecting this OB from there. It has been respecting it. Came down, came up, came to this OB. Now a push to the upside. It didn't quite come here. So if you can see here, a push to the upside, and now a bearish push to the downside. After it pushed to the upside, you can see that USDCAD is having some very bearish momentum right now, and this calls for an alarm. But anything can happen. This might still just be some kind of retracement, as I said earlier. On the daily time frame, you can see that our USDCAD is officially bearish from our daily time frame perspective. So right now, USDCAD was there was some kind of maybe a grab of liquidity from around here on our daily time frame, a grab of liquidity, then some kind of a change of structure that happened around here. But at first, it made some kind of liquidity around here, making some kind of double bottom. After making the double bottom, you saw some kind of push to the upside, clearing the early people that short this market. Those early shorters has been cleared with this retracement that happened here. After clearing all their sell, that is people that all their buy stops lying here, because if you are selling, that means your stop loss will be some kind of buy stop order to stop you out if the market starts going against you. Right now, USDCAD started retracing to the upside, clearing all the buy stops orders, and now we should be anticipating more downside on this pair. So it made some kind of double bottom around here. Then we saw some kind of pullback that happened before another bearish impulsive move to the downside, which now officially made the daily time frame bearish. Right now, it didn't quite make another real retracement, because I noticed in this market, when the market really wants to move, they barely make retracements. That is one of the quality I noticed about the market. And right now, we should be watching around here to pick some short opportunity, maybe a push to this zone here, then we'll find our confirmation to short the market to the downside. A push to this zone here, maybe, and then now short the market to the downside. So that is what I'm anticipating on this pair next week. Then we now start heading to around here, the weekly zone here. But on our 4-hour time frame, let me see what's really happening. Okay, we are also bearish on this time frame. Analyzing our 4-hour time frame, you can also see that USDCAD cleared here this buy side liquidity at first before officially coming to the downside. It's cleared here, and now our 4-hour was now also officially bearish here. So right now I'm anticipating maybe a push to around here, this huge zone here. These are OBs on the daily, but here is also a zone, a big zone. But this kind of trade, I will avoid it because the zone is too wide. Like, but personally, I know what I'll be looking for in the market to short from a specific zone. Right now, if you're anticipating maybe a push to this zone, then maybe a continuation to the downside on USDCAD. Now heading to our next pair, which is USDJPY. On our USDJPY, you can see that overall we have been bullish on this pair, and now imagine, see this massive bearish push to the downside. Can you see? This bearishness is very strong and powerful, man. That is crazy. So on USDJPY, you can see that this pair is is bullish at first, and now this bearish wick is signifying something. It's been long USDJPY made this kind of bearish wick, so this is signifying something in the market. But overall, we are still extremely bullish on this pair based on the price action. We are extremely bullish, and coming to this huge OB here is some kind of OB here, a zone. But overall, this is still a huge zone that one should be looking for. This pair is still quite confusing to me personally. I wouldn't be analyzing this kind of unclear pair presently when there are other nice and juicy price action happening on other pairs. So right now this pair is just not clear, but right now our daily is bearish. Here there was some kind of break of structure that happened around here, and now we should be anticipating maybe a push to the zone, then maybe a continuation to the downside on USDJPY. Let me check the 4-hour to see what's really happening on the 4-hour time frame. On our 4-hour time frame, you can see that there was some kind of little OB that was formed around here, so we might see some kind of push to the zone and maybe a continuation to the downside from our 4-hour time frame. But on our daily, it's showing more push to the upside. But first, I'll make some kind of a trial here if I'm to trade this market. If I see this my confirmation around here, I will first make my first trial here, then maybe next trial around here. But also depends on how the price action started to fall before it comes to this OP here. So a lot of things determine what we should be doing in the market. Now on our USDCHF, you can see that on this pair we are bearish. We are bearish. Now let's go to our weekly time frame. On our weekly time frame, you can see that wow, see this massive push to the downside. This is crazy. So on this pair, you can see that there was some kind of liquidity grab that's happened around here on our weekly time frame, and then here was some kind of zone. There was some kind of zone here. I think I should just mark this with a box so it should be more clear to people to see what I'm saying. So here is some kind of zone here. Right now, this weekly candle is signifying something. It's trying to tell us something that this market, there's something happening. Now let's go to our daily time frame. On our daily time frame, you can see that this pair officially turned bearish around here. So based on this time frame from here, but it's also made some kind of double top around here. This will have also called for alarm. So, but immediately we officially started becoming bearish here, and I started looking for bearishness on our forward time frame. And on our forward time frame, you can see that from there was not really any entry. That's why I told you guys, when the market is really ready to move, the market barely gives an entry. When the market is not ready to move, that is when you see the market doing some kind of shitty moves, like retracing, doing some kind of crazy stop loss halt. But when the market is really ready to move to a direction, the market barely gives an entry for traders. So as for traders, you should be able to like get in a move that is about to happen, because most traders will miss this move, then they will start trying to cash those chopping move. This is the real move here. So right now, our USDCHF, we are bearish, and we should be anticipating more downside based on our 4-hour and daily time frame. But on our weekly, it's also showing a crazy weekly candle closure. That is also another plus for our bearish bias on USDCHF. Now let's go to our indices. On our indices, we're going to start with S&P. So on these indices right now, let me start with our weekly time frame. On our weekly time frame, you can see that it's not really that clear to me, but based on what I'm still seeing presently, here will have been a key zone that was cleared, and immediately we saw some kind of rejection that happened. And from then, we are experiencing more bullish push to the upside. And right now, you can see that there was some kind of bullish break of structure that happened around here. Sorry about that. Then there was some kind of OB that was being respected from the time our daily time frame started making some kind of change to the upside, that is bullish push to the upside. And here is also an OB that was respected from here. There was some kind of a liquidity grab that also happened around here before the daily started making that bullish push. And right now, I'm anticipating more bullish push based on this present price action. I think last week I was expecting maybe a push and maybe a push to the downside, but when I start to see some maybe this kind of bullish moves, the kind of price action that starts to show itself on the charts, I will have already start to like observe, pick up to see what is really wanting to happen, like what is happening in the market. So on our 4-hour time frame, you can see that right now, wait, on the daily, if we start to have maybe a retracement, we will anticipate here to be hit, maybe to be anticipating some long buyers from this zone here, maybe from around here, we are anticipating some kind of long from around here. And going to our 4-hour time frame, you can also see that our 4-hour is also bullish from around here. Here was first internal bullish signal, then it officially became bullish from around here. And now we should be anticipating some kind of push to around this zone here, maybe to see some kind of long opportunity on this pair presently. So right now I'm bullish on S&P 500, that is our US 500. And let's go to our NASDAQ. This is on our NASDAQ. I think I also made a lot of trade last week on NASDAQ, but I think I took this nice bearish move that happened around here. Yeah, I took this trade. This was not my trade. This wasn't. I didn't really take this trade. I didn't take this trade because it wasn't in my time zone to trade. But around here, I got my entry around here because this was the time I started to trade NASDAQ. So I got an entry around here to short the market, and market went smoothly to the downside before we now start to see this bullish push to the upside. And let's clear our chart to see what we should be anticipating next week on NASDAQ. So on our NASDAQ, you can see that here was some kind of bearish push to the downside, clearing this low. And now instead of us to just make some kind of this retracement, then a continuation to the downside, we made a push, a pullback, now a push to the upside, making that cause a break of structure maybe on daily here. Now let's go to our daily time frame to see what is happening. On our daily time frame, you can see yes that we made some kind of, at first we're flowing bullish this pair. As you can see, we're bullish, come to this OB and that legs up, coming to this OB now, something happened when it comes to this OB here. It's made some kind of a structure change around here, which was some kind of maybe a fake structure change. And now you can see this nice bullish push that happened here. And this was also some kind of relative equal highs here coming. Let me make this clearer. This was also some kind of relative equal highs here. And now it's broke structure. And if we start to see some kind of push to the downside, we're anticipating here to look for longs. But presently, I said earlier, when the market is really ready to go to the upside, it barely makes that deep pullbacks. It just moves and fly off without giving entries. So going to our daily 4-hour time frame, sorry. On a 4-hour time frame, you can see that okay, we are bullish, but there's nothing really clear around this time frame. So we're bullish and nothing really happened around here. We see some kind of pullback right now. We'll be anticipating to see a long signal from this time frame. Overall, I'm bullish on our NASDAQ, bullish on our S&P as well. That is, I'm bullish overall on our indices. Now let's go to our DXY. On our DXY, you can see that at first we're bullish overall this year on this pair, but something started happening on this pair lately, and we start to see bearish push on this pair. Anything that goes up mostly calm down. But if one was trying to short this market with trying to impose a short on this market for a long period of time, it will have just been destroying that trader. But when the market shows you that it really wants to go to the downside and you start shorting that market, then you can maybe get a nice move with that bias, maybe trying to short the market that has already shown that, okay, I want to go to the downside. So checking our daily time frame. On our daily time frame, you can see that at first this place looked like some kind of liquidity that was being cleared, but it also like structure change. So in this kind of move, I'll be very, very careful on what's happening. So immediately it's cleared here, it looks like some kind of liquidity grab, because if it wasn't that much of a liquidity grab, it would have just come to around this zone, maybe then it pushed to the downside. But here it cleared all the shorters that was shorting this market from here. It cleared all of them before we see some nice bearish push to the downside. So right now on our DXY, here is a zone I'll be watching carefully here to see maybe some kind of push to this zone, then a bearish push to the downside. So checking our 4-hour time frame, you can see that here if we see some kind of push to the upside to around this zone here, overall I'll mark this box here if you anticipate maybe a bearish push to the downside, clearing the next low. So that is that on our pairs for this week. There's nothing really to analyze, nothing to make complicated about. It's very simple. Analysis is one of the simplest things in the market. Taking the real trade in the live market is when the psychology comes in. So analysis should be very straightforward and clear, nothing really to make complicated. Taking the real trade in the market is what we should be trying to be working on, because that is what destroys more traders. If analysis was what really help traders to be the better trader, a lot of traders would have been a great trader. But instead, reverse is the case. People concentrate on the analysis side and leave the psychology aspect, and that is the real deal in this market. And that's that this week outlook. I hope you guys have a great week and a nice trading week. Try to always wait for your setup to play out before entering the market, because that is when you'll be disciplined and follow your trading plan. So bye for now, guys. See you guys next week.